Das Prabhu, who's come to ISKCON Scarborough. In 1965, to a New York Jewish family of musicians and engineers. He plays more than 16 musical instruments. And for those of you who know Prabhu, you would have seen Prabhu with this wonderful trumpet. So Ekalavya Prabhu also received his diploma in music production and engineering from the prestigious Berklee College of Music in Boston. After graduating from college in 1987, he traveled as a professional musician and spiritual seeker to more than 25 countries, including Brazil, Argentina, Morocco, Switzerland, Germany, Italy, and North America. In 1991, Prabhu joined the Hare Krishna movement in Ireland and walked on devotional pilgrimage throughout England, Holland, Belgium, France, and Spain. Which is phenomenal. Please give a warm round of applause to Prabhu. And Prabhu is based in India since 1992, and he's currently based in Calcutta, West Bengal, India. And Prabhu receives great inspiration, of course, from ISKCON founder Acharya A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, a great exponent of Vedic culture and wisdom. Prabhu is part of Bhagavad Gita distribution to children program in Calcutta called the Raja Vidya Foundation. In pursuance of teaching Hare Krishna chanting on a global level, Prabhu is working with a team to organize World Holy Name Week, a non-sectarian festival to celebrate the chanting of the names of God. And the Bhaktivedanta Band is a project that Prabhu is participating through live performance with Hare Krishna Kirtan as well as multimedia productions to music lovers and youth of all ages. Prabhu is well-known world traveler, and we already heard about how many countries he's traveled, but some more countries: USA, Canada, England, France, Spain, Germany, Czech Republic, Switzerland, Italy, Poland, Croatia, Slovenia, Guyana, Trinidad, Russia, Mauritius, it's not over, South Africa, Botswana, Dubai, Oman, Kuwait, Abu Dhabi, Sharjah, Malaysia, and Singapore. I didn't even know that there were so many countries in the world. Prabhu is also in the waiting list.
Canada! New one!
So we already had that actually, visiting USA and Canada. And of course Prabhu is here with us again. And Prabhu is also in the waiting list to become the sannyasi. Hare Krishna.
Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridharadhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridharadhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridharadhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridharadhari Yashoda Nandana Praja Jana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Praja Jana Yashoda Nandana Praja Jana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Praja Jana Ramuna Tira Vanachari Ramuna Tira Vanachari Ramuna Tira Vanachari Ramuna Tira Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jai Ram Madhava Jai Hari Gopi Janakalva Devi Bhartavi Jai Ram Madhava Jai Hari Gopi Janakalva Jai Ram Madhava Jai Hari Gopi Janakalva Devi Bhartavi Jai Ram Madhava Jai Hari Gopi Janakalva Yashodanandana Prasajanarandana Yashodanandana Prasajanarandana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jai Ram Madhava Jai Hari Gopi Janakalva Devi Bhartavi Jai Ram Madhava Jai Hari Gopi Janakalva Jai Ram Madhava Jai Hari Gopi Janakalva Devi Bhartavi Jai Ram Madhava Jai Hari Gopi Jayom Vishnupad Bharamahams Parivrajakacharya Astotar Sutta Sri Srimad His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Jayom Vishnupad Bharamahamsa Parivrajakacharya Astotar Sutta Sri Srimad His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Srila Namacharya Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda Ki Jai Prem Se Gaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Shri Vasani Gaur Bhaktavrinda Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Shama Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan Ki Jai Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Shri Mayapur Dham Ki Jai Shri Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai Ganga Mai Ki Jai Jamuna Mai Ki Jai Tulsi Devi Ki Jai Bhakti Devi Ki Jai Samaveta Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai Yugadharma Harinam Sankirtan Jagya Ki Jai Brihat Mridanga Srila Prabhupada Transcendental Book Distribution Ki Jai Shri Shri Gauri Tai Ki Jai Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Kshir Chor Gopinath Ki Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande. All glorious to the summer devotees, Hare Krishna. All glorious to the summer devotees, Hare Krishna. All glorious to the summer devotees, Hare Krishna. All glorious to Shri Shri Guru, Shri Shri Gauranga. All glorious to Srila Prabhupada.
Shri Shri Radha Gopi Vallabha Ki.
Can you hand me my yoga mat? This is my yoga mat. It's on my suitcase.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskrityam
Narayanam Namaskrityam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Tato Jayamudiraye
Tato Jayamudiraye
Nastapraeshu Bhadreshu
Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke
Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki
Bhakti Bhakti Naisiki
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Devaki Nandanaya Cha
Devaki Nandanaya Cha
Nanda Gopa Kumaraya
Nanda Gopa Kumaraya
Govindaya Namo Namaha
Govindaya Namo Namaha
Om Jnana Chanandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yukta Parakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sarvajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gorangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Namah Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpachubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Before we begin this evening's presentation, I would request all the devotees to spend a moment in prayer for the health of His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, who is in the intensive care unit in Delhi in the hospital. So let us take a moment to pray on behalf of Maharaj that he can recover his health completely and continue to travel and spread Krishna consciousness all over the world. Although even from his hospital bed, he continues to spread Krishna consciousness. One of the patients next to him in intensive care was getting ready to leave his body. So Maharaj requested the devotees to read Bhagavad Gita to that devotee. So this is a most soft-hearted, compassionate Vaishnava, and we should all give our most sincere prayers at this time for his recovery of health. Thank you very much. So I'm very pleased to have this great opportunity to come here to ISKCON Scarborough. This is my first time coming here, and I'm very happy to see the intensity of devotion and sincere devotees present here. So I feel very blessed to be within all of your presence. And I request all of your blessings so that I may speak on this topic for my own purification. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. You all may be wondering that why we're having a spiritual relationships, making your family life divine seminar from a brahmachari, maybe about to become a sannyasi after a few years. However, we're all part of one spiritual family. Aham bija pada pitaha. That Krishna is the seed-giving father of all living entities. So we're all in one spiritual family. And within that big spiritual family, we're also part of the same village of ISKCON, Antarashtriya Krishna Bhavarit Sangha, under the auspices of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So we want our family life to be divine within ISKCON, as well as in our individual families. So hopefully this seminar will make some progress in that direction, towards that goal. This seminar I received help putting this seminar together from His Grace Gaur Gopal Prabhu in Chopati, Gopinath Mandir. I called him, I said, I've been asked to give a seminar on Vaishnava relationships. This was about 5 years ago. I've given the seminar a few times. And he said, whenever I speak on Vaishnava relationships, I cover these 5 points: humility, tolerance, forgiveness, appreciation, and patience. And I've compiled them together in an acronym, Help to Free All People. The H is for humility, T for tolerance, F for forgiveness, A, appreciation, P for patience. Because if we can imbibe these Vaishnava qualities, these spiritual qualities, then we can help to free all people. Bharata bhumte hoy manusya janma jar, janma satakakari, par upakar. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, it's written that it is the responsibility of every human being, especially those born in Bharatvarsh, to make their lives successful by becoming Krishna conscious, and then help others also become Krishna conscious. This is called para upakar, the topmost welfare work, to help others in Krishna consciousness. But first we need to be Krishna conscious ourselves. So developing these qualities will help in this regard. In addition to these 6 qualities, Srila Rupa Goswami in the Upadeshamrita has given us 6 loving exchanges. And if we engage in these 6 loving exchanges, then this will also help develop our relationships. These 6 loving exchanges are as follows. Dadati pratigrinati guyam akyati prichati bhukte bojayate chaiva sadvidam pritilakshanam. Dadati pratigrinati, giving gifts in charity and accepting charitable gifts. It takes 2 to tango. You have to give and receive. Guyam akyati prichati. Guyam means secret. So revealing our mind in secret and confidence to others, and also listening confidentially. Bhukte bojayate chaiva. Giving prasadam to others and receiving prasadam from others. So these 6 loving exchanges, if we make a conscious effort to engage in them, this will help us to develop our relationships with others. Personally, I feel that distribution of prasadam is something that warms everyone's heart. To distribute prasadam is very wonderful. And for deep, intimate relationships, guyam akyati prichati, revealing what's on your mind, what's on your heart to others, and listening confidentially to them. And giving gifts and receiving gifts is always wonderful. Humility means to understand that we need relationships in order to progress. No man is an island. We need each other. At the end of the day, all we have is each other. We need relationships. Srila Prabhupada said, anyone who thinks they can practice spiritual life alone, that person is only experiencing a hallucination. We need each other to progress in bhakti. So relationships are very important. Humility means taking a humble position in a conflict. Sometimes 2 people will have a disagreement. I'm right, you're wrong. The other person thinks, no, I'm right and you're wrong. And then becomes a yud. Some conflict is there. What's that?
I said Mahabharata.
Mahabharata. Yeah, Kurukshetra. Yeah. Dharmic Kshetra, Kurukshetra, Samaveta, Yutsavaha, Mamaka, Pandavas, Chaiva, Kimakurvata Sanjaya. Oh, king, when the Pandavas and Kauravas came to Kurukshetra desiring to fight, what did they do? There was a fight. So we want to prevent that. We don't want Kurukshetra in our relationships. So we can take the humble position. Sometimes it's more important to take the humble position to maintain the relationship as opposed to just being right, to being correct. Once there was a very senior devotee giving a class, and he made one point, and a junior devotee corrected him, said, no, that point is wrong. And then they had an argument about it, and the junior devotee was like, no, I am right. And actually he was right. But because that devotee was so senior, he was actually the godbrother of his spiritual master, then his spiritual master chastised the devotee. And he said, Krishna consciousness is beyond right and wrong. The important thing is to maintain the relationship. Because Srila Prabhupada said, your love for me will be shown by how you cooperate together to keep this movement together after I am gone. So cooperation requires relationships. So relationships and Krishna consciousness is much more important than who is right and who is wrong. Humility means always seeing ourselves as a servant. Gopi Bhator Padakamalayur Das Das Anudasaha. We should see ourselves as the servant of the servant of the servant of the servant. Das, not boss, but das. If we can maintain this consciousness, then we can develop our spiritual relationships. Lord Chaitanya is a perfect example. He would wash devotees' clothes, carry their loads. He would help them in the ghat. He was always serving devotees. So in the same way, we should also always endeavor for Vaishnava Seva, the service of the Vaishnavas. And this verse should be worn around the neck like a garland, strung on the thread of the holy names. Constantly keep this shloka around our necks. We can chant it together. Chunarapi sunichena tarorapi sahishnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sada hari. We should be more humble than a blade of grass. Trina means grass. Api sunichena. Niche means low. And the prefix su means very much. Suniche. Suniche. Superman. Super niche. Sunichena. We should be lower than the blade of grass. When you walk on a blade of grass, it bends down. It doesn't complain. It just very gracefully bends down, and when you step away, it just comes back up again, very peacefully. I heard that in the spiritual world, when Krishna walks, he walks on the grass becomes so ecstatic that after he walks, it runs around in the front so Krishna can walk on it again. This is ecstasy and Shantaras. We should be tolerant like a tree. Turor iva sahishnuna. This is the tree of life in Bahrain. It's in the desert. It's all alone. No sangha, no association. Just getting beaten by the sun. And sometimes the tree is freezing in the cold. And sometimes it's drowning in the flood. But the tree never complains. This tree is always tolerant. Nachasparshastu konteya shitoshna shukadukada agamapayano nityas kamsatikshas bharata. That the non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress is like the appearance and disappearance of winter and summer seasons. Person should learn to tolerate this, tams tatikshas bharata, not be disturbed, and just continue one's service. So this is more tolerant than a tree. And one amanina manadena, one should desire to give all respect for others and not desire any respect for oneself. It's such a challenging aspect. And then Kirtaniya Sadahari. If we can do these things, then we can constantly chant the holy names. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
We should overlook the shortcomings of others. Avoid fault finding. We should be like a madhumaki and not like maki. The madhumaki is flying around and flying in a very dirty place, garbage dump, but then sees one flower and goes right for the flower. On the other hand, the maki, the fly, can be flying in a beautiful garden. But if there's one piece of stool, it goes right for the stool. So our consciousness should be like the madhumaki. We should always be seeking out to see the good qualities in others. Even so many bad qualities are there, we should seek out that good quality. And we should not be like the mucky, where even there are so many good qualities, but we find one fault. Like that. We should avoid this fault-finding tendency. And we should be tolerant, understanding that just as we're tolerating others, others are also tolerating us. We think we're perfect, no one's tolerating me, but actually it's the case. Srila Prabhupada was so tolerant when he came to New York City in 1965. He was walking in the snow in his dhoti. He was told he could not lecture at Dr. Mishra's yoga studio, but still he continued chanting. His typewriter was stolen. His recorder was stolen. Still he continued. He was living in a Bowery with drug addicts and prostitutes and alcoholics, and still he continued. He was living in the Lower East Side, and hippies were coming, people not taking bath, people not following any of the four regular principles. Prabhupada was cooking for them. He was an old man. He was serving them with his own hands. And then they would get up and leave. And he would wash their plates with juta. And he would wash the pots. And then go and do his translation work, compiling Srimad Bhagavatam. One day, one boy, Keith, stayed back. And Keith was watching Swamiji wash the pots. And Keith said, I wanted to see who was washing the pots. Can I help you? And Swamiji said, I was just waiting for you to ask. Srila Prabhupada tolerated so many things to push this movement forward. We should take inspiration. So definition of love is the capacity to forgive endlessly. Forgiving is a very important part of developing relationships because we're all human. To error is human. We'll all make mistakes, galti. We'll all make some problem in a relationship. So we want to forgive others, and we hope others will forgive us as well. We should be forgiving even as the offense is being committed, simultaneously. Otherwise, if we keep anger within us, we can just end up in the hospital from stress. When you hold on to anger, it's like holding on to a hot coal. Only you get burned. We need to let go, forgive. Forgive and forget. Don't maintain a grudge. And if we don't forgive, we break our bridges between people. We need to maintain our connections. There was a scorpion and a sadhu. Scorpion was drowning in the river. Sadhu picked it up. The scorpion stung him. He dropped the scorpion in the river. Again the sadhu picked him up. Again he stung him. Again he picked him up and threw him on the bank. Stung him. But the scorpion was saved. Person came. Why you did that? He said, this is the nature. Everyone has their own nature. Nature of a scorpion is envious. He's always stinging. Nature of a sadhu always forgives. But we must be like that sadhu. That will help our relationships. Srila Haridas Thakur was being beaten in 22 marketplaces. But do you know what he was praying the entire time? Not that let them stop. His prayer was
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
His prayer was, please, Lord, please forgive them for what they are doing. Similar to Lord Jesus Christ, he made similar prayer. Please forgive them, they do not know what they're doing. And appreciation. This is a nice quote from Srila Prabhupada. Sai Ram. Can you read the quote for me, please?
Simply by appreciating the Vaishnavas, you can go back home to Godhead.
Jai, thank you. So appreciating Vaishnavas is very important. So it's easy. You want to go back to Godhead? Just appreciate Vaishnavas. And it's one important principle. Upadrastanumanta cha bharta bhokta maheshvara paramapneti chapikto dehismin purusha para. That within the body there's the Paramatma who's upadrasta. He's the overseer and he's the permitter. And sarvasya chamani sannivisto. He's in everyone's heart. He sees everything. He knows everything. But we're not the Paramatma. Only Paramatma is Paramatma. So if you want to appreciate someone, it's not that they will know that you're appreciating automatically. You have to tell them. You have to verbalize it. Otherwise, they may never know. So a sincere appreciation of someone will go a long way in developing relationships. It should not be like flattery. It should be genuine. It should be from the heart. Not that we're just making something up to try to impress someone, or sometimes devotees use flattery to manipulate other devotees. Prabhu, you're a pure devotee. Can you please clean the bathroom? You know, something like that. Sometimes that technique is used. But we should appreciate devotees in a mood of genuine friendship and developing the relationship to encourage them in their Krishna consciousness. And when we appreciate them, we should not have a selfish motive. It should be just a genuine motive to help them and inspire them, encourage them to increase their Krishna consciousness. And we should do it now. We should not wait. And this is an interesting point. We can, okay, Sairam, this is a good one for you. Can you read this one loudly?
We can judge how much we have advanced in spiritual life based on how much we relish other devotees being appreciated.
And this is a wonderful quote that is a good indication of how we're advancing, becoming free from envy. When we hear others being appreciated, we should relish that. Not that we should think, oh, why I'm not being appreciated? They should appreciate me. We should try to subdue this tendency and relish the words when we hear others being appreciated. This should be the greatest nectar for us. And when we do appreciate others, we should take inspiration from Srila Prabhupada, who said, he gave all the credit to my Guru Maharaj. He said, it's because of my Guru Maharaj that I was able to accomplish all of these things. My Guru Maharaj, and because all of you were sent by my Guru Maharaj to assist me in this service. He did not take any credit for himself and would always appreciate others. And most importantly, don't wait till it's too late. Right? We should appreciate others now. We never know when they'll be leaving us, and we may lose the opportunity. So for me, this is one of the most important slides in the presentation. So please take note. Help to free all people. The last topic is patience. Developing relationships is not an overnight endeavor. It takes time. Just like a bride and a bridegroom. The bride cannot expect a baby the next day after marriage. She has to wait some time. She has to be patient. Although in today's society in America, you never know. I met a couple last week, they were getting married, and they already have 3 children, like this. But for the sake of the example, it takes time to develop these relationships. So be patient. The same way, who here bakes? Do you do baking? Bakes bread? Yes? Chapatis, so many things. Right? So, when you put the dough in the oven, you cannot expect the bread right away. It takes time. I'm making sprouts. I have the same thing. It takes time for them to sprout. So, The same way, relationships take time. We put in our endeavors, we work on the relationships, but they take time to bake or to sprout. And we should be serving together. When we serve together, these are some of my friends in Bahrain. Yeah, Haribo. So when we serve together for a period of time, especially spreading the Sankirtan movement, then we develop these very sweet relationships. We become very, very close. And Krishna is our father. And when Krishna sees his children serving nicely together, then Krishna becomes pleased, prasanna. He becomes happy. And when Krishna is happy, then everyone is happy. You pour water at the root of the tree, all the leaves and flowers and branches, they become nourished automatically. So patience means it takes years of the first 4 things: humility, tolerance, forgiveness, and appreciation. Help to free all people. Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Are there any questions or comments? Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhu, you've told us all the 4 points: humility, patience, appreciation. So how does one develop these within themselves?
So how to develop these qualities?
Oh,
So, how-to questions. Whenever you ask any question in Krishna consciousness, practically, it starts with how do I? How to develop. There's always the same answer. Are you ready? Hare
Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Cheto Darpanam Marjanam. The heart is encrusted, Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moha, Matsarya, mud. These 6 enemies are in the heart. But by chanting, we cleanse this dirt away, and when we have a clear crystal in our heart, then these qualities will shine through. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhikabanoy Shravanadi Shuddhachitte Kare Udhoy. That Krishna Prema is in everyone's heart. And by hearing and chanting, then Kare Udhoy, gradually they will awaken. So these qualities will awaken within our hearts. And it's also very helpful to associate with devotees who have these qualities, and like the bumblebee, to see these qualities in everyone, because everyone has some of these good qualities. And if we can make an endeavor to see them, to perceive them, then this will put them in our consciousness, and we'll also start to develop them. And also to read and hear about the lives of great acharyas in our past, like the 6 Goswamis, who have these qualities, and Srila Prabhupada, and Srila Haridas Thakur, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his associates. And by hearing about these qualities, then will also help us to develop them. Does that answer your question? Thank you very much. Anyone else?
Does it apply even for tolerance? Tolerance also.
Tolerance.
If a person is going on making the mistake, they know they are making the mistake, and we are trying to tell them in different ways. It still doesn't show. How far can you go with the tolerance?
That becomes a topic for the managers of the temple, because there's hard love and there's soft love. And soft love means, oh, he's a devotee, she's wearing tilak, she's eating prasadam, she's dressing in the sari, is carrying Bhagavad Gita, so we should just tolerate anything. That's soft love. Although the devotee may be creating disturbance in the community. So if the community is getting disturbed, that it's counterproductive for the growth of the community and the spreading of Krishna consciousness, then sometimes hard love is required. We have to be strict with this devotee. We have to set some parameters, some boundaries. This boundary you cannot cross. If you cross this boundary, there's going to be ramifications. There'll be some sanctions like this. You have to create boundaries. And sometimes the boundaries and the ramifications may be, you need to leave the community for some time. That may even be the case. So there's hard love and soft love. But maintaining the sanctity of the purity of the community and the smooth cooperation among the devotees at the discretion of the managers, the senior devotees, this may be sometimes required. There's a verse in Bhagavad Gita, Api chet sudaracharo bhajate mam ananyabhak, that explains that even if a person commits the most abominable, sinful, disgusting action, that person is considered a saintly person if they're resolute in their determination for devotional service. So, but Prabhupada writes in the purport that one time we can forgive someone, 2 times we can forgive someone, 3rd time, maybe not. Okay, then that person is not a high devotee. That's what Prabhupada says in the purport. So we want to be all-inclusive, we want to include everyone, but we need to protect our community also. So the mature senior devotees can make the decision what is the proper etiquette and protocol to follow in such situations. Does that answer your question? Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Yes, Swamiji.
You're talking about humility.
Excuse me?
We're talking about humility.
Regarding humility.
Yeah, and with certain amount of material intelligence, when we come to the temple, we try to be humble. We don't want to hurt anybody. We try to practice it as much as we can in a pious environment like this. But when we go back to a material environment, like workplace, for example, where they literally blow your horn, blow your own trumpet, so that you'll be
I used to do that.
Literally.
So, then it becomes a conflict of interest. Like, how do we balance that? Because if you're being extremely humble as how you are in an environment, fast environment like that, it really doesn't work, like in the sense like people think you're dumb, people think you're not doing your job.
I think I understand the question.
How do we balance that?
Yeah. So, did everyone hear a question?
No.
No. Okay, I'll try to rephrase your question for you. So, Mataji is saying that in the temple environment, we practice humility, das, samidas, sardas, we're the servants of all the devotees. But in the workplace, if we take a similar mood, then it becomes difficult to function within the workplace in that mode. We may become exploited, we may not be able to move forward within our career properly. So how to handle such a situation, how to balance it? So the answer is real humility. It means service to Lord Krishna, being a servant of Krishna and the devotees. And if one has a career, then one should act in an exemplary manner in that career, with whatever that takes, in order to be successful in that career, in order to be exemplary in that career, in order to excel in that career, so that others are inspired. What a wonderful person this is in the workplace. And I'm just inspired and impressed by this person. And what is it that makes this person tick, that this person is so effective? And then they can find out that you're a devotee of Krishna, and they may also be inspired to take to devotional service. So humility does not mean letting people walk all over you in the workplace. Humility means I'm a devotee of Krishna, my service is to be in the workplace, I'm going to do that in an exemplary manner so that others are inspired and I can function effectively. Does that answer your question? Thank you so much. I think we're getting out of time. So before conclusion, I'd just like to express my gratitude to all of you for your kind attention and kindly hosting me at ISKCON Scarborough this evening. And I hope to be able to come again soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jaya Gora Chande Arati Kashoba Shiva Jayo Jayo Gorachandre Arati Kashoba Shiva Jayo Hari Hare
His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajikacharya Astutar Sri Srimad His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Srila Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnavinda ki Jai. Prem se Gaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Shamakun Radha Kundi Giri Govardhan ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham ki Jai. Shri Mayapur Dham ki Jai. Ganga Mai ki Jai. Jamuna Mai ki Jai. Tulsi Devi ki Jai. Bhakti Devi ki Jai. Samaveta Bhaktavinda ki Jai. Yugadharma Harinam Sankirtan Jagya ki Jai. Brihat Pradanga Srila Prabhupada Transcendental Bhakti Srishan ki Jai. Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki Jai. Shri Shri Lakshmi Nrsimhadev ki Jai. Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Gopi Vallabh ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. All glories to the Son of devotees of Krishna. All glories to the Son of devotees of Krishna. All glories to the Son of devotees of Krishna. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Shri Guru, Shri Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
His Grace.
Jai! Srila Prabhupada ki Jai! Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Prahlad Dayane. Rupa, Jai Jagadisha Re, Jai Jagadisha Re, Jai Jagadisha Re. Keshava Krishna Jai Rupa, Jai Jagadisha Re, Jai Jagadisha Re, Jai Jagadisha Re. Keshava Krishna Jai Rupa, Jai Jagadisha Re, Jai Jagadisha Re, Jai Jagadisha Re. Keshava Krishna Jai Rupa, Jai Jagadisha Re, Jai Jagadisha Re, Jai Jagadisha Re. Jaya Nrsimhare, 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 Jaya Nrsimhare. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Shri Bhagavan ki jai, Prahlad Maharaj ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
On behalf of ISKCON Scarborough, we'd like to welcome you to the Friday evening program. Today is May 22nd, 2015. So first of all, I'd like to start by thanking His Grace Ekalavya Prabhu for a wonderful for not only delivering a wonderful lecture entailing visual and audio and all these wonderful effects, but he also delivered an ecstatic kirtan and not only demonstrated his total control over beautiful melody, but he's also demonstrated superb control over the mridanga. Haribol! So some of us are learning to play Mridanga Prabhu, and we understand how difficult it is to play Mridanga and lead, or even at least attempt to lead Kirtan. But here you have shown us just how beautiful both can be intertwined together. Haribol. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Playing Mridanga and dancing.
And dancing, and energetically dancing, leading everyone to a whole different level. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Prabhu, you're studying with Devala Prabhu? Mridanga with Devala Prabhu?
No, Prabhu. We have a small Mridanga class here, led by His Grace Paripurnadas Prabhu, who's one of the members of ISKCON Scarborough. And we are like about 7-8 of us who are learning on a week-to-week basis. I'm one of the lesser, most the outcast of the group. There are others who are far superior, far better. So just realizing that, just having that experience, that little experience, even, I mean, it was just amazing for me. So, thank you so much.
I'm sure you'll be very successful.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Your blessings will definitely lead us there. Hare Krishna.
Now, Prabhuji brought Ekachakra over here.
That's right.
They want to develop
So we have some members of ISKCON Scarborough who have art being trained by Devala Prabhu, including the Radha Muraris, the three sisters you see over here, Netra, Vaishnavi, Vaidehi. who are being trained and who are exemplars in the temple with their own Mridanga skills and Kirtan skills is here.
So there will be your Mridanga Acharya Vinis.
Exactly. Haribol, Haribol. So we're so delighted to have Prabhu here joining us today. And Prabhu will also be leading another radio program tomorrow morning as part of ISKCON Scarborough's Gita Mani program that we do every Saturday mornings at 10 o'clock. So tomorrow Prabhu will be joining His Grace Anga Gauranga Das Prabhu in leading the radio program titled Art, Science and Practice of Kirtan Yoga. So definitely something that we should tune into. How do you tune into this program? You can log into either, if you have a Gita Mani radio station at home, then you can tune in from the radio. If not, you can go to geetamani.com, which is geethabaani.com. If you can't write this all down right now, you can go to Google and just search for Gita Vani, and it'll be one of the top 10 links that you can choose, and you'll be able to listen to it live at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. It runs from 10 to 11 a.m. So a little bit of information on His Grace Ekalavya Prabhu for those who have joined after the initial introduction. Prabhu was born in New York City in the U.S.
I was born in 1965, the same year Prabhupada came to the U.S.
Amazing. Amazing.
In New York.
In New York, exactly. What other better place is there to be born for that year? Hare Krishna. We have, and Prabhu had a lifelong history of music, and Prabhu graduated from the Berklee College of Music in Boston, and even before the age of 19, where, most of us are introduced to music probably just around that point or slightly before, Prabhu had already mastered 16 different instruments. So this is...
I don't know whether Mridanga was one of the 16 or not.
17.
That came later.
That came later.
And Prabhu also played in the orchestra. He played in various jazz and rock bands, which is quite a delight. And continued his music tradition throughout his life. So this is definitely, it's soaked into Prabhu's fabric, so to say. It's wonderful to have that, and to also see all of the kirtan and the music being demonstrated right here, right before us. So I'd like to thank Prabhu again for just a wonderful demonstration. So Prabhu is the disciple of His Holiness Lokanath Swami, and he has traveled extensively to do various preaching activities in North America, in Europe, in the Middle East, in South America, and the Caribbean. So Prabhu has probably immense and has multiple passports filled with all the stamps on top of the wonderful preaching activities that he's done. So Prabhu is very active not only physically but also very active geographically, and this is an amazing thing. Prabhu. It's wonderful to see. And then on top of, so leading from here, the upcoming programs, we have on June 4th another very important date, which will be the day that the members from Mayapur are coming to ISKCON Scarborough with the Shatari of Nrsimhadev and the Padaka of Lord Nityananda Prabhu. And that program will be on Thursday at 6:30. So we'll be starting, this is a very atypical program. It will start on Thursday instead of on the regular Friday program. So Thursday at 6:30, we'll have that program here on June 4th. So lots of devotees will be present, lots of very exalted. So please make sure that you remember that date and you're in attendance in the temple to receive and also receive their blessings. So this will be a wonderful opportunity. And then after that, the following Saturday and Sunday is the Union Festival. And this is a very special program that we are leading here in ISKCON Scarborough for the first time. This is the first year that we're leading this. And for the first year, this program has been going on for 25 years, but this is the first year that we're attending this. And the typical attendees are anywhere from 25,000 to 30,000. So these are just massive crowds that will be in attendance. And ISKCON Scarborough will be there for the first time to really spread and to preach and provide as much information to all the new and non-Vaishnavas about Krishna consciousness and about various activities that will deal with Krishna consciousness, such as yoga and all the other activities. So we have this opportunity. This is the first year that we're leading this. This is happening on the Saturday and the Sunday, June 6th and the 7th. So leading up to that, there will be a lot of volunteer activities. There will be a lot of different devotional service that that needs to be performed for those 2 days. And to do that, we're having a meeting tomorrow, which is Saturday, at 1 p.m. in the afternoon. It'll be around 1.5 hours, to just between 1 to 2:30, and it'll be held right here in ISKCON Scarborough. So if those who signed up for the volunteering, those who signed up for performing some devotional service for those 2 days, please be in attendance on tomorrow at 1 p.m. And we can discuss all the activities as well as the scheduling, the tasks that have already been assigned, and some available tasks. So lots of information to be passed, and lots of information to also think about tomorrow at 1 o'clock. So please keep that in mind, and then and we'll see you then. And finally, on May 29th, we are having the Pandava Nirjala Ekadashi, which is one of the most auspicious, most exalted Ekadashis in the whole year. And this will be the day that Vaishnavas will refrain from all grains, even water, for the entire day, and then break their fast the next day at Dwadashi. So just keeping that date in mind, that's May 29th, the Pandava Nirjala Ekadashi. So now we will have one round of chanting, and then we will have prasadam after that. If I can get His Grace Ekalavya Prabhu to lead the chanting, one round of chanting. Hare Krishna. Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare, Ram Hare Hare. Krishna Bhagavan ki, Bhagavat Pusharam ki, Krishna Prabhupada ki, Nitai Go Preganande, Hare Hare Go.
कृपया आप सब प्रसाद लीजिए। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। हरे कृष्ण।
What a